This Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef has now officially reached white women over 45. And I would like to thank the algorithm for putting me on Black TikTok because I learned that Kendrick Lamar has a Pulitzer Prize. And I would think as a published author, you do not go after Pulitzer Prize winners in a battle of words because
Hey, so one of the reasons why I love the Book of Mormon is because it's extremely layered, like even more so than anything that Kendrick Lamar has written. Now, don't get me wrong. Kendrick Lamar is the man. He's talented. I'm more of a Drake person myself because I know like 2 songs. But the Book of Mormon is really, really layered. And just like you can find extra meaning by analyzing Kendrick Lamar's songs, and it's not quite certain, did he put that in there on purpose himself? Or is that something that you're putting into it through your interpretation? And that's the thing that's awesome about the Book of Mormon is everybody who reads it's going to pull out something different and it's going to be meaningful to them. But most likely it was intended by the authors because that's what they say. They wrote it for our day. They wrote it with you in mind. So we'll just take this short scripture as an example. As you can see here, this phrase, speaking from the dead, is a recurring theme the author uses to try to convey how urgent it is to read this message, because the words will come back to haunt you like words from the dead usually do. Next, we've got a call back to an earlier section, which reminds us how important it is to turn to God to understand the meaning of these words, which is also a recurring theme of this book. And that callback is itself a callback to another scripture reminding us when you turn to God, ancient meanings can be restored and you can get additional insights to what God has in mind for you. This scripture also reminds us of 2 stories from earlier in the text from people who were thought to be dead, who came back to life and shared messages of hope that you can start a new life. Those 2 stories themselves are parallel to stories found in the New Testament of Jesus raising other people from the dead, which in turn are stories to foreshadow the resurrection of Jesus and give us hope and reassurance that Christ lives. And all of that happens before you even step outside of the text and apply it to your own life, which in my experience reminds me of how I feel when I hear And that's one thing I love about the Book of Mormon.